Well, goodbye, little hut. Thanks for a lovely time, but I'm heading home again. See you someday. And there she is, my transport for the day. Let's hop on.
Hello motorbike fans, this is Martin and I got some motorbike stuff for you. You join me on day 4 of my Westerwald tour, so unfortunately that means I'm going home, leaving my absolutely fantastic idyllic little house on the prairie back there. Now let me get onto this main road and then taking the long way home again. Just drove into the little town of Friesenhagen, most nearby town from where I was staying. Now looking for a road up north out of here. Found it! So these are going to be the last couple of miles through Westerwald, and just trying to enjoy that to the max. And it's instantly working already. Look, what a view! Oh, and hello rubbish roads. Sort of seems to come with the territory, doesn't it? But looking left and right, I think it is worth it. Yoo-hoo!
Meanwhile, a quick recap on yesterday's dinner situation. Martin finished the leftovers and washed it down with a German beer.
Ah, my all-time favorite. Narrow road, little cute valley. I'm sure there's a stream somewhere down there. And no way they do it as good as they do it in Westerwald. The same thing as everywhere, but just a little bit rough and unkempt, as if nobody is living anywhere near. You're all alone on this great adventure somewhere into the wild. Yeah, I know it's nonsense, but it just gives you that kind of feeling. Oh, look! Nice romantic farm there in the corner. Funny. Starting to look a little bit like I'm somewhere in the Midwest of the US. Oh, look there, another one! Hey farmer, how are your pigs rolling today? Don't expect that here in Germany, do you? Now, who doesn't like a road along a ridge? Great views and such. I think somewhere down there I can see the beginning of Sauerland, which also means this is soon going to be the end of the Westerwald. So I'm going to enjoy this a little bit more, and then see you again down there in Sauerland. Hello, Sauerland! Yay! So we are on a bridge right across a big lake, and then there's a railway going right under the bridge. Very complicated construction here. Anyway, we have arrived at the Biggesee, one of the largest artificial lakes in Sauerland. And you probably think that's why it's called Biggesee. Well, it's not big in German, has nothing to do with big as in great, large in English. I think it's named after the river that feeds it, the river Bigge. Anyway, I have somehow ended up in a somewhat complicated junction, so I'll find my way out of this maze, and I'm going to get back to you, hopefully with some nice lake view. Okay, folks, the view has been somewhat obstructed by trees. Some trees more dead than others. Ah, there's a bit of lake view. Oh yeah, keep it coming. Ah, that's better. Ladies and gentlemen, the Biggezee. Oh look, and here we have the Bigger Grill. I've heard of that place. I think it's a very famous motorbikers gathering place. I saw quite a few anyway. Hopefully I'll drop by there someday, but not today. We have a journey to make. Yes, and another bit of lake view. It's one of these places where a bridge is crossing a small branch of the lake. Ah, that's a nice lake view. Oh, and there's a boat on the lake there. I guess it's full of stupid tourists. You know why I think that? Ah, because I've been on one of those boats. I'm no stranger to being a stupid tourist. Okay, and now we've reached the end of the lake. What you can see there is just the dam that created it. And this is where we are going to say goodbye to the Biggezee, taking a left turn here without crashing into that car, and we'll be off to the next place. I think one of the things I'm going to do is try to find a decent coffee stop. So hopefully I'll find one soon, and if I did, then you will see pictures of that coming up right after this. And if there's no pictures coming up, then I'm afraid I didn't find a decent spot. So, see you in a bit. Well, motorbike fans, you join me in the German town of Plettenberg, and I have a funny feeling I've been here before. Which is absolutely not true. I've been in Plettenberg Bay, which is in South Africa, and that's a bit of a ride from here. Well, anyway, it's interesting to find a town with the same name in a completely different part of the world. So let's see what Plettenberg without Bay looks like. Just came through a tunnel. I must say it does look a bit more interesting here. But apart from the fact that Plettenberg lies in the hills, much like its South African cousin, I don't see many other similarities. Plettenberg Bay is, as the name suggests, by the sea, and here there's no sea to be found. This one is also less hot. That's a good thing. And here most people are white. Plettenberg Bay had quite a mix of colors. Well, so much for German Plettenberg with no bay. Seems to me not much is going on here. But then again, what do I know? I'm just a stupid tourist on a Sunday morning. Maybe yesterday night they had the biggest party ever in the town center. Okay, let's get out of here. And my sat-nav says interesting roads are ahead of us, so bring it on. Ah, stage 1. Road next to a river, that's always good. It's a bit bendy, a few hills. Yeah, loving it. No idea what the name of the river is, by the way. Gonna have to look that up someday. Okay, unfortunately we are leaving that river, but we are going into the hills. That's nice. This is another stretch of hilly bits and bendy bits on the way to the Sorpezee, but that's still a long way ahead of us. So let's do some bends. So Lovely road surface again, thank you very much. Ah, but it's getting a little bit idyllic, that's nice. Oh, and it's getting a whole lot more idyllic. Thank you very much. And right. And left. And another left. And another right. Hard work here. Ooh, that's a nasty rod there. I'm happy I picked a line that was a little bit more inside. Interesting trees here. So very lush pine trees on the left and the right, but then straight ahead of me it looks very sparse. I wonder if those trees had a disease of sorts, or it looks a bit thinner here also, as if trees have been taken out. Ah, well, I guess those have been taken out. I guess either somebody wanted a more open view here, or somebody was really desperately in need of wood. A lot of wood. Oh, that's nice and scenic here. I think this is Sauerland at its very best. Green pastures and patches of forest here and there. Should be close to another lake. Turn right here. Oh, let me see. Yes, there we have it. On your left, the Sorpesee. Yet another one of these artificial lakes. It also has a fountain. I guess the fountain is artificial too. Getting pretty touristy here. Okay, we seem to be heading for a bridge across the lake. Yeah, there it is. So let me try to give you a view of the Sorpesee. Yeah, that's all the view I can give you without causing an accident. I hope you liked it. Going along the lake now. Not a lot of view. Still not a lot of view. Yeah, a little bit there. Oh, that's it. Too bad. Still not a lot of view. Ah, oh wait, there we go. Yeah, that's nice. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sorpesee. Wow, looks pretty, doesn't it? That's what we do it for. Okay, village coming up. I guess that's all the view we're getting for now. Oh, it's become very touristy now. Goodness me. Lots of people. The only thing that's missing here is buses full of Japanese people taking pictures. And we have reached the end of the lake. That green bit you see there, that's the dam that created the Sorpesee. Okay, so moving on to the next bit. Okay, motorbike fans, we are now on the way to the city of Arnsberg in Sauerland. There's a very nice, lovely, bendy road going up there, and unfortunately that is closed for motorbikes in the weekends, and today's a Sunday, so I'm afraid that's a no-go area. Luckily there's another one, this one is slightly less bendy, but still looks very interesting on the map. Unfortunately, it's riddled with speed limits, especially for motorbikes. That's a bit annoying. I think that's some kind of racism. Somebody should do something about it. But anyway, I'd rather have a road with a speed limit than a road that's completely closed for motorbikes, so I have to make do with it. Then again, it's 50 on bends like this. It's quite okay. Road surface is also far from ideal. So on some stretches 50 is just okay, and then on other stretches like this, well, it's just a bit slow. I guess we have to take the time to absorb the view, which is pretty okay. Looks a lot like one of these places where trees are being cut quite a while ago. And occasionally there's a field of flowers, of course, that's also nice. And a poor lonesome motorbiker. Hello. Oh, look at that, that's a nice view. I think we can see there's pretty much the end of Sauerland. It flattens out there all the way far up north. But that's where we're going to, unfortunately. Yes, one more goodbye to lovely Sauerland. Oh, and the view on the other side of the hill is also pretty good. Quite a nice and dramatic landscape too. Oh, I guess this is one of these places where you can see really far ahead where the road goes to. Guessing there'll be a U-turn somewhere ahead there. Ah yeah, this time I got it right. Still have to be careful. The road surface not exactly reliable. Oh, and one of these cute little valleys with the road next to it. Ah, that never gets old, does it? Oh, a bit too many trees though. Somebody fix that, please. Yes, thank you very much. That's the way we like it. Yeah, that never gets old. Oh dear, we've reached Arnsberg. I already thought I smelled civilization. What a horrible stench it is. Brr. Okay, so this pretty much marks the end of the interesting bit of Sauerland. There is, however, one more artificial lake up there, and that's not far from here. I'm gonna find a spot there to have lunch, and I'll also have some final words with you about this tour. So, see you up there.
Well, motorbike fans, I've ended up here at the Möhnesee for a spot of lunch. It was a great view, very relaxing, and tummy's filled up, so that's good. I'm afraid I'm running out of nice roads, and well, it still looks good here. I'm also running out of good weather, so it's about time to end this video, but not before drawing a few conclusions. So what about this 4-day Westerwald tour? I think first of all, setting up the entire thing myself that was really a good thing. I liked the hut I was in, the tranquility of it, and I really enjoyed cooking my own food and just be there by myself. Some proper alone time, and it's really relaxing. So that was definitely a good thing. I also liked the hut itself. It was very cozy, very idyllic, also pretty simple in many ways, but in a good way. So that was also very enjoyable. And then just putting some daily routes together from a distance by looking at a map. I've done it before on a smaller scale, I've done it again now, and it really worked out very well. There have been a few mistakes, I will admit to that. I did a few illegal roads, I did a few unplanned off-road thingies. Maybe that was not entirely ideal, but then again, let's call it adventure, and then that makes up for everything, doesn't it? So again, really good thing. And then what about the Westerwald? Well, I always thought of Westerwald as a place where people would go after they'd seen everything else, and that is probably true, but you wonder why. Of all these German places I've been to, I think it's really one of the best. And you know how I like to complain about it, saying like, well, it's all like these middle kind of mountain areas in Germany, they all look the same, and yeah, okay, Sauerland is very green and a little bit more open, and then the Black Forest is a little bit more black and a little bit more forestry, of course, but it's pretty much all the same thing. Well, Westerwald, I think, really has a different touch to it. It's a bit rough, a bit unkempt, and it gives you the feeling you're really out there, and I think that is really interesting. It has really some great stuff going for it. It also has something going against it, and that is, as I found on the internet already, and as I've complained about during the tour many times, the conditions of the roads are very often really atrocious. So if you come down here on your touring bike, big hulk of a touring bike, I'm not so sure. You have to be careful in picking the right roads. If you want to come down here on your sports bike, even worse, and want to have big time blasting around, I really don't think that's a good idea. You'll be in trouble all the time, so that's not going to work. But just doing adventures on your adventure bike, your all-road, you should have no problem at all, and it's really enjoyable. So far the Westerwald tour, only a few things left to say. As you know, or as I've asked before, it's a lot of work putting these videos together, and I'd like to see as many people watching it as possible, and you can help. So do click that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And then just to finish it off, I hope you enjoyed this video, and may the road rise to meet you.